Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Vincent Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick. It's your boy Tone 202. I'm in the back in the patio, and during the mosquitoes, had to had to pull off, had to get the off out, and because they attacked me like boom. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about the NFL a little bit more in this Colin Kaepernick thing, and the only reason why I'm gonna talk about it because the latest developments. But look, I didn't think that it was gonna be as big as it is because we've had people do this before. But and Colin Kaepernick has decided to give $1 million to some type of to fund some type of awareness program. And if I was in his inner circle, I'd be like, "Don't do it. Don't do it," because you can give $20 million to whatever program to bring awareness. The whole world is aware. Listen, there was he was the president of one of them Asian countries. He said, to one of the reporters, because she said something to him he didn't like, he said, "Well, why are you over there shooting black people down? Like, why are you over there?" He said, "Why are you over there shooting black people down? Why are you over there killing black people?" And cursed at the woman. Like he was mad that she said whatever to him, and was upset about them, killing us. He was like, "Why is the police over there killing black people?" Like, so it's worldwide. I mean, the powers that be, they control all this, just like they control the NFL, they control the NBA and all sports, they control radio, they control Sony, they control what goes out over the airwaves. And I've done videos on that too, because back in 1991, Public Enemy was big, and then NWA came out talking about F the police and ho this and bi that, and just degrading our women. Now you can't turn on your television without somebody shaking their dairy air, and it's the norm now. It's like you go back to the 60s and 70s, you didn't see that. Women were conservatively dressed. They were dressed in modest apparel. They were sexy. They had these nice afros. Now women got these weaves, and I can go on, and it's just terrible now. No respect for anybody. They're not even women anymore. They're not. They're just, and they're killing people. They're jumping. They're raping men. They're killing men. It's just bad. But anyways, Colin, let's even talk about Jay Morris. Jay Morrison put some video out of his own World Star, and it was an ode to Spike Lee. Wake up, and it was like he was like calling, you know, the brothers who were in the NFL. He's like, "Listen, King, Boss King is what he called him. Why are you going against what Colin Kaepernick is saying? Why ain't you for what Colin?" I'm like, for one, Jay, to me, you're only doing this for just to stay in the public eye. This is stuff that Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton do, and they don't mean a damn thing to the black community. Not one. I wouldn't vote for one of them. And it's like, Jay, come on. For one, you going after the other, brothers who are in the NFL. It's like, for one, you're not in the NFL, Jay. I can see if you were in the NFL at one time and then you spoke out, but you've never been in the NFL. So you don't understand the entirety of what those brothers have to do, for one, to get in, and then to stay in, and to keep the family fed. It is a grinder. It is a meat grinder, and it is always looking for the youngest, newest, freshest. Anything can get you put out in the NFL. Those $1 million contracts are scaled down very, very quickly. You get one injury, you hit injury reserves, you're looking at being out, and that's it. I mean, the shelf life of a decent running back is not even 5 years. I mean, let's get a perfect understanding of what the NFL is. The NFL has no love for none of us. Nobody has no love for nobody. Those are just the facts. They will get rid of you. They will put you on the side somewhere. All those contracts you had with Gatorade and you know uh, Sony and cars and all those rapper friends that you got, they now looking at the next man. They looking at the next kid coming out of high school. Heck, it's got to the point. I mean, you're looking at LeBron James. They're looking at LeBron James' child. Listen, they tried to recruit his 10-year-old. Colleges tried to recruit LeBron James' child. Like, that's where it's at now. So Jay, and I mean, these guys are trying to feed their family. Hope I'm not getting bitten. These guys are trying to feed their family. They're not going to be so quick to stand up and just go against the system because they realize it's a system. It's not made for longevity. It's made to get your money and get out. For those who have long careers, like the days of Jerry Rice are over. The long days of Chris Carter, that's out. There are no more Chris Carters. There are no more Chris Carters. I mean, Peyton Manning was lucky to stay as long as he did. But that's it. I mean, that's it. Or to even Terry Crew. Terry Crew played for 9 different teams. He got traded every year. Those days are done. They're done. Not even the Raiders are keeping people that long. And that's the team that everybody goes to when they're finished. Except Nani Asamoah. I don't know why he went to the Raiders. Oh, well, I know. $60 million contract, for a non-shutdown corner. But, hey, what are you going to do? Nonetheless, I'm just saying, times have changed, and they changed by the second, the nanosecond. So the days of being in the NFL or the NBA and longevity, those days are getting cut shorter and shorter and shorter because they want the next. The next. You could be there today and gone today. Look at who's the quarterback for the Eagles? No, there's a quarterback who just came in the league. He's already got a major injury. Boom, that's it. And this is preseason. Hell, and Colin Kaepernick might not be in the regular season. They just had their they just had their last game for preseason. Hell, he might not even be there. So I'll be like, Colin, don't give your money away, homie. You want to start something, go home, start a little something, put a little bit of money into it, but don't put $1 million on it. Not unless you said that for publicity. And Jay, if you really want to get to some of these ball players, call them up. They know you. Call them up. Ask them to get together. Get some kind of a thing going on. But don't get on YouTube and World Star and then just go after them. And why ain't y'all? Because you're not in the system. You don't understand the system. Not one bit. You're a spectator. That's what you are. So you can say what you want as long as you're on the outside. But when you get into those locker rooms, when you're looking at that coach who's looking at you and thinking that you might not make the roster, when you're looking at those supposedly $1 million contracts, but you can't tell the coach that you all of a sudden have a knee pain or your iliotibial band is strained or your what I'm saying, or anything. And look, the injury reserves, I mean, most of those guys they're injured. They just don't say anything. They're popping pills. They're trying to, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I'm not. I'll do that in the next video. I'll do that, the whole Colin Kaepernick and, what he's doing, yada, yada. Anyway, so it's your boy Tone 202, and that goes out to Jay Morrison, man. Leave those dudes alone. Not unless you're just going to call them up or send them an email and get together with them like that, because they got families to feed. They got children who are in the public light. They got a wife, she's in the public light. They're public figures now. If they're playing football, national football, in the National Football League, they're public figures, and it's so easy to do that. I'm out.